What's up everybody, Jemillio here with another SUPERX review, but this review is special because it's November, and every November Black Friday comes around, and SUPERX is no different. They do their Black Friday sale in November also. Now this one is special because a lot of times what they've done is just restocks, but this time what's happening is we're seeing some Black Friday exclusives, stuff that is only going to be sold at a special price around this sale. So what I'm going to be reviewing in this video is the Kent V2, the Invincible Performance Long Sleeve, and the DAMIAN hoodie and joggers. I'm going to start off talking about the Superman hoodie, then we're going to talk about Invincible, and then we're going to talk about the DAMIAN set. So let's get right into it. For a size reference, I am 5'10", about 185 pounds, and I'm wearing a large in this hoodie. Now it's called the Kent. It's modeled after Superman, but Superman always wears red and blue. So you might be saying, well, where's the red and blue? This is actually modeled after Death of Superman's suit that he had on. Now, if you're not familiar with that, that's when he fought Doomsday and he died, but he actually didn't die. His heart rate just went down heavily because his body was trying to recuperate. He was dug out of his grave and he was taken to his Fortress of Solitude, where he was put in a black and silver outfit because it allowed him to absorb more radiation so he could heal faster. Definitely look it up and read it if you're not familiar with that particular storyline. But that's the reason why it's silver and black and you don't see any red and blue. If you're curious about the exact design inspiration, you can probably tell from the gauntlets and the lines, all the piping that are on the oblique. It's actually inspired by that crappy Zack Snyder movie, the Justice League Snyder cut that's on HBO. Zack Snyder is terrible. You like him, don't care, fight me. But the thing is that as much as I don't like Justice League and as much as I hate BVS and I think Zack Snyder is terrible, I actually don't hate the Superman suits in those movies. So me personally, the suit looking like it came out of that movie doesn't bother me because I don't hate the design of the costume. But if you hate those movies, you don't like the design of that Superman suit, then you're probably not gonna like this design. But I like it, it's my review, so you know, there you go. This design is highly detailed. So the chest piece is two separate pieces that are stitched together. On the obliques, it's all these pieces stitched together and it's piping that's on the torso, and there's piping all on the forearms to kind of simulate the gauntlet. Now, how does the hoodie feel? Well, it's very light actually. If you're familiar with the Panther or the Atom that just came out, this very soft, light, breathable, stretchy material, that's how this one feels. So they didn't really do anything that different in terms of the fabric department. It's exactly the same as those other hoodies. Obviously, just the design is different. They haven't done this design before. And in terms of sizing, I would recommend sticking true to size on this. This actually feels like a medium, even though I'm wearing a large. Usually the larges are a little bit looser on me. This one is pretty tight to the body. I know some of you guys like to size down. So for example, let's say you wear a large, some of you guys like to size down to a medium because it'll fit closer. I definitely would not recommend doing that because if you go size down, it's gonna be really short on you and very, very tight. This is one of the few hoodies that I could actually probably size up if I really wanted to. It would give me a little more room in the body. The only thing is the sleeves would be longer and then it would be a lot longer on the torso. But yeah, I would definitely say do not size down on this. The unfortunate thing with the one that I have is it is a sample and there are no pockets on this one. So I can't review the hardware. I can't talk about the zippers and how big the pockets are and do they work right and all that kind of stuff. I was told that the final product is going to have pockets on it, but what kind of pockets are they gonna have? Are they gonna be open pockets, clip pockets, zipper pockets, hideaway? Are they gonna be deep, shallow? I have no idea. So unfortunately, I can't give you as thorough of a review as I would like. But you know, I still like the hoodie in terms of, do I like the design? Do I like how it feels? Yes, if you're a SUPERX fan and you like their other hoodies, you're gonna like this one. It feels great on the skin, moves with you, doesn't hinder you at all. None of the stitching is irritating or anything like that. So overall, I think it's a great hoodie. Now just keep in mind, there are no joggers that go along with this one. It's just the hoodie. It's not a set. Now you may say, oh man, you know, there should be joggers with it. It's black and silver. So if you have a pair of like the Rebirth joggers, it's easy to get black joggers. I actually like the fact that it's this black and a silver color because you can pair it with anything. So just grab any pair of well-fitted black joggers and you're gonna look seamless, it's gonna look great. So because it's that color that goes with almost anything, I wouldn't worry about, you know, it not looking right with other joggers that you might already have, or just buying a cheaper pair from somewhere else. So that's my thoughts on the Kent V2. Now we're gonna get into the Invincible Performance long sleeve. I am a big Invincible fan. I didn't know the character existed. I was a fan of Robert Kirkman because I watched The Walking Dead and I read some of the comic. I didn't know that Invincible even existed. My first exposure, like a lot of people, was to the Amazon show, and I loved it. I loved the whole first season. I like the Adam Eve special. When season 2's out now, I love the character, great storytelling. It's one of my favorite shows, and I'm not even just talking about favorite superhero shows. It's just one of my favorite shows, period. Now, with that said, one of the things that I'm not a big fan of is his costume. Now, let me kind of pause for a second and say this. When a person's designing a character, you tend to want colors that are gonna be very bright and bold and stand out on the page. So for example, you use like primary colors. Superman is red and blue, Captain Marvel's red and blue, Spider-Man's red and blue, Wolverine is bright yellow, you know, Flash is gold and red. You tend to use bright colors to get a person's attention, so that way when you're walking down the aisle of a comic book shop or a toy store or whatever, it grabs your attention. So obviously when you have all these other characters, even like Wonder Woman, for example, wearing red and blue, how do you make your character stand out? So they decided to make Invincible's colors yellow and blue. I love the character, I hate his costume. I don't like his costume, I don't like the colorway. So the only issue that you have with this long sleeve is, do you like the colorway or not? Now I applaud SUPERX for sticking to the colors, because if you don't, then it's not Invincible. You might as well just make another character. So the love you have for this design is gonna really depend on, do you like his costume or not? Now with that said, here's how I look in it. I'm wearing a large in this long sleeve. Again, I'm about 185 pounds, 5'10", and it fits really, really well. This is one of their best long sleeves. Actually, it's probably their most comfortable long sleeve. First off, it's not super tight. It's like a compression top, but it's not super tight. It's a, the Kent hoodie, I forgot to talk about the fabric. It's a cotton polyester spandex blend, which makes it so soft. This has no cotton, it's just a polyester spandex blend. So it's a little compressive, but it's not too compressive. I like the fact that they got rid of some of the things that are on their other long sleeves, which I think serve no purpose. For example, the runner's thumb holes, don't like those on them. I never use them. I don't really know who uses them. And the pockets on some of their long sleeves, there are no pockets on here. I'm happy with that. I don't ever use the pockets. I just put stuff in my joggers or my shorts if I'm wearing a long sleeve. So they got rid of that. But the thing that makes this different is there's this mesh material that's on the shoulders and the upper back, like the trap area, and they've never done that on any of their long sleeves before. So what you have is this combination of materials that they've used before in a lot of their stuff, but this new thing that I haven't seen on any of their clothing. And it feels great, it feels very comfortable. It just adds to that breathability and maneuverability of the fabric. So in terms of sticking to the character, do I see Invincible? Yes, absolutely. I think they nailed the character. In terms of comfort and function, I think it's 10 out of 10. It feels great. I love how it feels. I'm telling you, it's the most comfortable long sleeve that they've come out with. The only problem is I don't like Invincible's costume. So for me, this wouldn't be my favorite long sleeve to wear because I just don't like the yellow and the blue. But if you love the costume, even if you like it a little bit, but you like love the show, you love the character Mark Grayson, if you're a fan of all that and you're looking for some active wear, like some top quality active wear to kind of show your love for the character and also be comfortable, then look no further. It's pretty much a match made in heaven for you. Now let's get to what is, in my opinion, the star of the show for multiple reasons, the DAMIAN tracksuit. I'm wearing a large in the hoodie and a large in the joggers. So one thing that you'll notice on the shoulders and the chest piece, it's this mesh material. It feels fantastic. I love this. It feels soft. It has a lot of stretch, a lot of breathability. It is the most comfortable hoodie that they've come out with, in my opinion, because of this fabric. It feels fantastic. Now there's another design feature on here which I'm gonna get into. It's their first short sleeve, long sleeve combo hoodie, meaning that the sleeves actually zip off. So if you want to make it short sleeve, all you gotta do is just unzip it, and now you have two different ways that you can wear this hoodie. Now, all of that looks cool. I applaud SUPERX for its ingenuity. I think it's freaking amazing, but there's a problem with this design. The issue is with the zipper there, it creates a band around the arm, and that band doesn't stretch. So all of the flexibility that would come in the circumference of the armhole, it is now taken away. It's now gone. And that is an issue for people with bigger arms. So I wanna kind of get into this because this is super important if you wanna get this hoodie. You need to listen to this part. I'm somebody that has bigger arms. Now, I'm not trying to blow smoke up my butt, but I've been weightlifting for 16 years. I'm a personal trainer, so I understand that I have bigger arms than most. I have bigger arms than the average guy walking down the street. But I want to give you some context because some of you guys are heavy gym goers. Some of you guys are like kind of fat and you got arm fat. And so, you know, you don't have small arms. Maybe you're a power lifter. Whatever reason, some of you guys out there have bigger arms. So let me give you some numbers so that way you can kind of measure yourself. Because I would tell you, please, please measure your arms before you get this hoodie. My arms are 15.5 inches without a pump, just hanging down. So just to kind of put some things into context, this is a large. Almost all my other shirts are extra larges. I don't buy larges anymore. And when I put on an extra large, my arm fills up the hole. So not flexed, arm hanging, 15.5 inches. Flexed, no pump. Again, like I didn't leave the gym or anything. Flexed, no pump. My arms are about 17.25 inches. I measured it before I filmed this. So most people walking around don't have arms between the size of 15.5 and 17.25 inches. Most people don't have that. If you are in that category though, I'm wearing a large in this, and I wouldn't say to size up, because if you size up, the arms are gonna be all long and it's gonna be super loose in the body. If you're between 15.5 inches and 17.25, and you're looking, and you're about my height, I'm about 185, 5'10", then you cannot flex at all in this hoodie. Now, when I say flex, I'm not talking about flexing in the mirror. I'm talking about if you do anything that's contracting your arms and is going to give you even the slightest bit of a pump. I'm talking about pull-ups, chin-ups, any sort of bench press, any sort of rowing motion, you know, where you're working your biceps as the secondary muscle. And God forbid you're doing bicep curls and tricep push downs and stuff like that, or dips, anything like that. If you get any little bit of an arm pump, you are not gonna be able to wear this hoodie. The hoodie's gonna have to come off. So even me, when I put the hoodie on and I just have my arms hanging, I can't flex my biceps at all. Like I can keep my arms straight, I can move, but if I try to squeeze and flex my bicep, that band wraps around my arm and I can't flex. So please just keep that in mind, because as much as I love this hoodie, like it feels amazing. The design is freaking fantastic. The color is beautiful. They got this forest green on there with the maroon. It reminds me of like the Tim Drake costume that was in the Batman Arkham series, if you're a fan of the Batman Arkham series like I am. So if you're somebody who's on the smaller side, you're thinner, a lot of you guys do like, you know, calisthenics and like hippie workouts and stuff like that, so you're a lot more slim. Hey, if you're more of an average size guy or you're on the smaller end, then you're gonna have no problem with this. But if you're a bigger guy, more muscular guy, if you're a fatter guy, then just keep that in mind. So take out the measuring tape, measure your arms. It may not be the right hoodie for you. So that's all I gotta say about the hoodie. Now let's get into the joggers. Again, the joggers are a large, like I said before. The fabric feels very light, it doesn't feel heavy. And at the calf area of these joggers, they have that same very comfortable kind of mesh scale-like fabric that they have on the shoulders and the chest of the hoodie. As far as pockets go, there are a number of pockets on here. You have two kind of hideaway pockets. By hideaway, I mean that the zipper is very small, so if you zip it up, you don't really see it. They're a good depth. So there's one on the left and one on the right. And then there's one pocket on the right rear, the right kind of butt cheek area of the joggers. There's one there. I think the joggers are beautiful. I think it is just a beautifully designed tracksuit. And that's gonna wrap up my review. Now, if you guys like anything that I showed in this video, any of the new Black Friday items, please make sure you use my discount code at checkout, JEMIL. It will give you a discount on the items. Normally my discount code is good for 15%, but it's gonna be less just for the Black Friday items because they're already marked down. I'm not exactly sure the number, but it will give you a discount. So, you know, why not save as much money as you can? And it also still helps to support me directly to keep making these videos for you guys, because I like, you know, making these thorough reviews for you guys to make sure that you're getting as much information as you can before you make a purchase. And let me know in the comments what you think about the designs and the outfits. I mean, I read the comments. I love hearing what you guys have to say about it. Do you like the designs? You don't like them? What do you think about how they look? Let me know in the comments. Sound off down there. If you guys have any questions about sizing or anything, please let me know in the comments as well. I'll try to get to as many of them as I can. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.